Ravens Bengals Chapter 2. Is this a trap game? Are we going to overlook them because we're facing the Texans next week? We're going to discuss this and a couple of things more coming right out.
Renegade.
Hey guys, my name is Sunny. Welcome to szg Sports. And if this is your first time in this channel and you love some Ravens content, please subscribe now and hit the bell so you can stay up to alert every time I upload a video. Don't forget, Tuesdays 8:30 Eastern, we do a live stream. Not only the live stream, we take phone calls. So if you want to holler out to the show, that's your time. I usually have it open for like an hour. So I start like with a monologue and then I open it for you guys. So please swing by on next Tuesday's show. Okay, the Bengals. We get the Bengals. And, you know, the Bengals are currently the worst team record-wise. I don't know if they're the worst team, but record-wise, they're the worst team in the league. Ravens coming hot. Not with the best record. Obviously, the Niners haven't lost yet. But definitely coming hot, playing well, hitting on all cylinders, going on a big road win in Seattle, coming back home and defeated the big, mighty Bill Belichick. Okay, the biggest thing is there's a new quarterback in town. Red Rifle ain't there no more. AJ Green won't be there. So let's discuss a little bit of Ryan Finley, and then I'm gonna tell you my keys to the game. You know, for this game, for the victory. So let's start with the preseason. So in the preseason, it's something I noticed when I was looking into the stats. My dude doesn't average 10 yards per throw. And later, I'm going to show you some of the things that I have for the pre-draft. And then the numbers kind of make sense. So week 3 in the preseason, that was his best week. He didn't throw any touchdowns, but he threw 4. So he's fairly accurate. Again, he looks like he's taking the short passes. 20 attempts, 14 completions, 155 yards. That's not bad. That's not horrible. And then first preseason against the Chiefs, 18 attempts, 13 completions. Again, good. 109 yards. That attempt, yards per attempt, not great, but okay. And then the Redskins game, 26 attempts, 20 completions. Again, percentage-wise, that's where you want to live. 150 yards. That's underwhelming, right? Okay, so as you see in 2 touchdowns against the Skins, but that's, you know, not necessarily relevant. My biggest point is it looks like he likes to throw the short route. So coming out of the draft, one of his things was he accurate? Yes, but look at this quote here. Accuracy notable declines after 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Under pressure is very poor. Okay? Arm strength. Doesn't have the arm strength to make every throw, and it's limit the area of the field his offense can attack. Decision making, below average, especially considering his experience. You know, he was a long time starter over there in NC State. Anticipation will occasionally flash a throw made with anticipation, leading to a target, a soft spot on the defense. Limited arm strength requires a high. So, for me, his arm strength or his anticipation is more on the zone. He can see a hole, and he, you know, smart guy, can see how that route is developing. He can throw that soft spots in the zone. Pocket skills, feels pressure well, but isn't adept to avoiding the rush. All keys. Now, just giving you keys. This is pre-draft, right? And I'm going with my pre-draft because he hasn't started yet, right? Let me see here. Progression. More is expected given his experience. Again, knows what he wants pre-snap. So basically, he's a 1 to 2 week quarterback. Run, modus ability to scramble and move the chains with his feet. Okay, so I give you a couple of hints, and all of that actually correlates to the numbers that we saw in the preseason, right? Accuracy, not overly throwing the ball deep, so that helps him with percentage, and he looks to be an accurate thrower on the 5, 6, 8 yards, right? After 10, it gets problematic, and it looks like he wasn't even attempting. Okay, now I gave you all the scenarios, I gave you all, because Ryan Finley right now is a little bit enigma. We can go back to watch college tape. Here's a pre-draft report. There's also we can go to the preseason. In the preseason, you're playing against thirds, right? Second, thirds. McSorley looked good against thirds. Put him against second. He started looking better, but not great. So those are all very important things. Okay, now keys to the game. Let's start on defense. I divide my keys to the games defensively. Offensively, at the end, I'm gonna give you my score prediction. I do think this game feels like a trap. But, dude, I know Harbaugh will have this team uber motivated because he knows they need this win. They need this win. I think at some point the goal might have been like, hey, let's make the playoffs. I think now it's not only making the playoff, it's like let's try to get that first round bye. First or second, regardless. A win against the Bengals is an AFC win. Not like when we play the Niners, not like we play the Rams. Those 2 wins are good in the win column, but beyond that, it doesn't matter as much. You prefer winning Bengals-Jets, although there's a 0-4 team and a 1-win team, over the Rams and Niners. Because, again, those other 2 are in the AFC. Okay, again, I digress. Keys to the game on the defensive side. This is what I want to see. Blitz, pressure. Blitz, pressure. E.T., I want him to float around the 10-yard line. And if we get burned once, for Finley. But I'm going to want pressure. I want all my corners to be near playing bump and run with the receivers. I want Jimmy Smith on Eifert or the tight end that they have. I want to make sure Boyd gets Lamar again. Not Lamar, sorry. Humphrey again. Peters. I want to have him just floating with that third guy, right? Let him float, and then if one of our guys needs a break, he can definitely shift. Corners are going to get tired because they're not going to zone in. That's what I would do. Just pressure, on the line. Hit, move receivers out of their route. Pressure is 6, right? Have ET just floating in that 10-yard space. Because if this dude wants to throw it hot, that's when ET can attack. Second, I gave you like 3 strategies there. But another one, and this is something that I'm fairly common for me to say, but in this game, if you do this, it's pretty much a dub. Guarantee them not to run. Now, I'm not going to bring you stats because the Bengals are ranked on the bottom of the league on everything. They're literally bottom on the league, everything. Well, it's why they're over. So me saying like they're the 29th or the 30th on this, it doesn't matter. They're just bad. You make sure they're one-dimensional. You force them to run under 50, right? You come blitz. You hit our guy Finley. You make them see ghosts, as I said before Darnold said it. But you make him now force the ball quick. You bump and run. Defense going to light it up. Look, Brady felt the pressure. That O-line in New England, not great. You know what Cincy doesn't have? A great O-line. So, make him feel the pressure. Make sure there's no running lanes for him to escape. If you get there, when you get there, finish the play. We cannot go missing tackles. We have to finish the play. And last, like I said, Mixon, contain him. Contain Mixon. Our corner should be fine to cover those receivers. And again, if we get burned once, we adjust. This guy, from what I read from college and what I see from preseason, ain't got the arm to just keep chugging it up all over the place. And it's not like our corner should be getting burned 10 yards. Boyd is not a speed. Their speed is pedestrian right now. So, but something that I'm scared for our defense that I think they're going to utilize a lot is the screen pass. So what I would like to see is blitzing, like I said, to create pressure. One of those linebackers is just in charge of Mixon. So if they see Mixon staying blocking, so basically you're going to be a delayed blitzer. If you see Mixon he stays there on the block, he ain't going to block you because you're going to be delayed, then you come free. But don't overcommit for them to have a little short pass, and now they have 3 blockers with Mixon running behind. Protect that screen pass. I think that's the most dangerous play if we're going to be aggressive. And I think we should. I think we should be aggressive and just finish them quick, early, break their souls for the, 5,000 fans that are going to show up. Probably 1,000 or Finley's close or long lost cousins or whatever. They're going to be there, so they're going to stay. The rest, get them out of here because they're going to be like, well, why am I wasting my time and leave, right? So that's important. Okay, so those are my keys. This is, if we play our game, this is a W. This is nothing overly complicated. Now let's flip it to the other side. On offense, what we should do. What did we do last time? So last time it was a close game, right? And Dalton wasn't great, wasn't bad. He threw 235, one pick. On the rushing side, we made sure we contained that running game. Again, we need to do that again. On the offensive side, Tate was a big one, right? So that's the guy that I want Peters on. Peters on Tate, Marlon on Boyd, and give me Jamie Smith on Eifert, right? Give it like that. I think we should be fine. If somebody else beats you, somebody else beats you. And again, I just want bump and run on the coverage and just pressure. We only won by 6. They did score a late touchdown. I felt like that game was in control. I'm okay with that game like that, basically being control at the end of the game, let them have a touchdown. If that's what they want to do, whatever. But on the offensive side, Ingram, Hill, and Gus, you three, I'm expecting big games. And obviously Lamar will get his, but I'm actually going to expect less on Lamar in the running attack. He will run, I think, prediction probably like 6 or 7 times at most. Let our running backs run the ball. This is not a game for him to run a lot, but it's a game for us to run a lot. And then other than that, our tight ends, I want to see Andrews come back. Andrews has been quiet. Obviously, Seattle, a lot of drops. Last week, he got quiet, or he was quiet. I need to see him a little bit more. I'm not expecting to see a lot of Hollywood. He's been hurt, and I think if we jump to the lead that we had against the Patriots, I will bench him. Or maybe give him a snap here, snap there, but not to have him there a lot. If anything, the other guy that I'm expecting a big game is Boykins. This is a game that will be set up for him to have some completions and move those chains and maybe a touchdown. So, offensively, run the ball specifically with the 3 running back. Not as much as with Lamar, but with the 3 running backs, run that ball hard. O-line needs to make sure, obviously, to keep Lamar clean. Our receivers win that one-on-one match, but I'm expecting Boykins specifically to have a good game. And I need Andrews to come back alive. He has been quiet. It's concerning to me. Hopefully the drops are not getting into his head. But regardless, this is a game for us to dominate. Win the time of possession. Make this a 2-hour game. Just run, shoot that clock, make them punt, shoot the clock again, make them punt. I think this game, it's not going to be a blowout because the division games, they never go to a blowout. But where I'm going to go, I'm essentially going to say a blowout. 30-17. So, 17 is what they scored last time. I'm going to give them 17 points. I think Mixon rushes for a touchdown. I think Finley probably rushes for another one. And then a field goal. And 30 for the Ravens, I think is doable. I think Ingram and Gus get a touchdown. Hill might get a touchdown too. I think Boykins gets a touchdown as well. So I guess 31. So 4 touchdowns and a field goal. Boykins, all 3 running backs with a touchdown, and then a field goal for Tucker. So guys, this episode did not have behind enemy lines. My boy Ace Boogie was full of stuff. He told me that he couldn't make it, which is fine. Go check out his channel for his preview of the game. I'm working for the Texans game to have somebody here. It might be live. I'm trying to negotiate with him. We'll see what happens. But what I want to know is your score prediction. And if you feel like this is a trap game.
Hey, what's going on? szg.sports, Sunny, Ravens Nation. It's your boy Ace Boogie. I'm here to give you guys my thoughts on what will happen in Bengals Ravens. Told you guys the last time, the Bengals right now are in a position where they're essentially one of the worst teams in the league. They're looking to get that number one pick. For me, I think that this is still a L. And I say that because Lamar Jackson's on fire right now. The last time you guys played us, he made almost, I want to say he made NFL history. The Bengals defense isn't going to have an answer for him. We're getting some more players back healthy. So Carlos Dunlap, Carl Lawson, you'll see some of those guys. But Lamar Jackson is still a problem no matter who is on the field. So I see that happening. Ryan Finley, I think, is actually going to be somewhat impressive in this game. I look for him to lean on Auden Tate. Especially with AJ Green sitting out this game. It seems like he suffered a setback with his ankle. So AJ Green will be out this game, which I think bodes well for Ravens Nation and that Ravens secondary. So the Bengals are going to depend on some of those younger guys. Obviously, Tyler Boyd was shut down the last time by Marlon Humphrey. So I think that you guys will continue to play Marlon Humphrey in the slot. Tyler Boyd will be probably not as effective. I doubt that he'll be shut down like he was last time. Hopefully Ryan Finley can make some better reads. Ryan Finley isn't a bad quarterback. He actually played pretty good in the preseason. So I think he'll actually be a little bit more consistent, at least for the offense, than Andy Dalton was. And I think that we'll see exactly what he has. In the grand scheme of things, to me, this is almost an open and shut case, especially with AJ Green being out. Joe Mixon will probably try to get him going against those Ravens linebackers. Outside of that, you're looking at a game where Auden Tate could also be another big feature in this game, being that him and Finley actually played together in the preseason. He may be a guy to look out for. But all in all, I think my prediction is probably that the Ravens are going to take this one. I'm going to go with 28-20. I think it'll be a close game for Ryan Finley. I think that there will be some things that will throw the Ravens off, being that they don't really have film on him, being that they don't really know what he's going to do. He could catch them by surprise. We'll have to see how Zach calls this game. And Finley's going into a position where he's got to try to earn the right to start these last 8 weeks. And when I say that, I'm talking about for the Bengals next year, because the Bengals are going to have a top 3 pick, in my opinion, and they're going to have to consider quarterback. So Ryan Finley's play could determine the pick being another quarterback, whether that's Tua, whether that's Joe Burrow, or whether that's going to be a Chase Young. So I think that really determines the scope for this long term. We'll get to see what things look like without Andy Dalton in there. Is the offensive line still that bad? Those are questions that have been lingering over this team for this entire season. So, like I said, I think the Ravens get it. There's no answer for Lamar Jackson. I also think Hollywood Brown being back for you guys is going to bode well for you, especially since, we didn't have to deal with him last time, and the way that you guys can stretch the field with him, I think, is obviously going to be an issue for the Bengals. But outside of that, like I said, I think the Ravens take it. That will give you guys the first sweep of the Bengals in a while, so enjoy it. But I'm already looking at mock drafts and stuff right now. If you're looking for my content, if you want to keep up with the Bengals, you can find me on YouTube at New Stripe City. And thanks for having me, Sonny.
Guys, if you like this video, subscribe, share, and like. Also, follow me on Twitter, IG, Facebook at szg.sports. Don't forget, every Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern, we do live stream. And before you leave this channel, please watch one of the videos on the side. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out.